Atlantic breakers, which are the glory of the Cornish coast, roll in today poisoned and polluted. A tragedy such as Britain has never experienced before. Porthleven Harbour, at high tide, awash with a thick scum. The oil, feared for days, besmeared the westernmost tip of England. The southwest coast was a battle area. Civilians, 2,000 soldiers and Royal Marines grappled with the stupendous task of trying to fight off the oil. Under-Secretary for the Navy, Maurice Foley, coordinated the efforts of the servicemen. Enormous quantities of detergents were brought to the area. A small defense indeed against an estimated 50,000 tons of crude oil already floating on the sea. But with the mass of mobile pumping machinery now assembled, it was the only remedy available on the shore. Cleansing operations at Sennen Cove were typical of scores going on north and south of Land's End. Every tide left a thick covering of oil to which detergent was applied with all speed. The lovely beaches of Cornwall, the delight of holiday-making millions, would not be sacrificed without a struggle. By helicopter, routine watch was kept on the Torrey Canyon while there was still some prospect of salvaging the largest vessel ever to be shipwrecked. And every day, the Save the Beaches efforts were intensified. To men whose memories went back long enough, some minor incidents reminded them of wartime. Pathetic victims, even at this stage, were the seabirds. 40,000 already dead was the official estimate. More fortunate ones have fallen into human hands to be tenderly washed. It's a delicate job, but hundreds of people have spent hours cleaning them almost feather by feather. Firemen, many of them volunteers from other parts of the country, hurried to Cornwall's aid. At last, the Torrey Canyon lay in her death throes, her back broken, her fight against fate lost irretrievably. Less than 2 weeks ago, a fine ship of more than 60,000 tons now lay broken. And even in this state, perhaps with 50,000 tons of oil still on board, defiantly menacing the whole south coast of England, possibly even the coast of France. But now the decision was taken. The Torrey Canyon was to be bombed. For the seabird population, the disaster could not have happened at a worse time. Even the survivors will not properly recover for months, so this year they will not breathe, but at least they will live. On man-made wings, 8 Navy Buccaneer jets were loaded, each with 5 1,000-pound bombs. For the pilots, it would be not target practice, but bombing for defense, to save part of the country from a new menace. For the beaches, hope would dawn again if the bombs could set fire to oil still in the tanker. Meanwhile, measures less spectacular were continued on shore. St. Michael's Mount off Marazion may this summer be visited by very few unless the beach cleansing measures are successful. The awesome smoke pall from the bombed tanker 16 miles away, rising thousands of feet, almost resembling an atomic mushroom. How to prevent similar tragedies, nations will have to learn.
you are no fisherman, if you are no farm, what you will do here? I don't feel like I live in an island. I have to do everything in the island. And I don't feel like I am lonely. I think it's more people come here thinking I am completely lonely in the world with my baby all day. No.
I was born in Skibbereen and I was here like 4 days old. Because it's such a small community, you know, you're very interlinked. Where you can't be completely self-reliant, you have to rely on people around you a bit as well. Major drawback having children here and not having school. But like, you got to remember that, you know, if there's not enough kids for the kids that are there to socialise properly and develop their social skills properly, then you're kind of hamstringing them a bit. Like the ferries are a major issue if you have to like work variable hours. You really could only work 9 to 5. There's more housing required. Housing, jobs, there's loads of barriers to being here. By marriage or by blood, they're marked. They're kind of there's a lot of links between the people here. York is such a small group of people. When somebody knows your face, they'll stop them. Well, you know your face in other places with larger populations, there'll be less inclined to do that.
Have fennel water, Malty, mint tea, elderflower, and then local cheeses, home-baked breads, gluten-free, wheat-free.
And have you made the cheese? Where's the cheese?
Oh,
made?
that's from Gabine.
Oh, Gabine.
This letter says because she's doing
The food, isn't she? It's one of the best things you can do, grow your own food.
And this is about monoculture. You
No.
know,
Just
crops
here.
and fields that are so vast. Lots of licenses.
Very good for
Yeah.
kidneys and stuff. Which
But they took all those fish and had to go up to sea. Those would have been really dangerous
We don't have now.
to go there.
Yeah, there's a
great now, Well, that's exactly what it should be, so that's good. Yeah. Perfect round loads of strips of tissue paper and coated them with PVA glue. And then
Did you paint it afterwards?
yes, yeah, they're all acrylics.
But that's great that also that you do it together. You know that you find the common.
Yeah.
1946. Directly after the war.
1946.
Yeah, directly after the war.
Do you remember him doing that?
Yeah, but kids don't do it anymore.
Or should they don't make anymore? I that was what I would have called.
Okay.
I'd love to see him.
Shall we go back, guys?
Absolutely.
Whenever you're ready.
Your son
As in, kind of now.
wants this picture.
Here in the 60s, yeah?
60, 61?
Do you know